Thank you very much. Okay, so welcome, guys. I'm so excited to have you here. So we're looking at the content breakdown for this bootcamp. So day one, which is today, we're going to be doing introductions and just setting the foundations and the preparations for for the week, for the whole week, for what we're going to be doing. And then tomorrow we are going to get into it straight away. Like I said, in the messages that has preceded, this whole boot camp is that it's a practical one. I don't want you leaving here. I don't want you leaving this boot camp just having idea. I want you to put your hands inside the debts. Like, let's pack the dirty. Let's put our hands. Let's try it out. Let's do it. And then, we can now say, oh, what I've done it. I didn't get it right. I'll come back with feedback. So it's going to be really, really practical because apparently you can get the theory everywhere. Like it's everywhere. You can hear it. You can go and listen to it. But what I'm here to do is to guide you to now go watch the theory, but just come and do the thing. Like it's not about just knowing it. It's about doing it because it's in doing that we are going to get the results that we want. So we're going in the full 9 yards with the narration, all the things that we need to prepare, the things that we need to pay attention to as a narrator. And then on day 3, we're actually going to record. So I'm going to take you through the basic, things that you need to know, things that you need to put in mind or remember for recording. And then we're actually going to do the do, okay? So it's a lot of doing, a little of talking, a lot of doing, all right? And day 4, we're going to go into editing and basic mixing of your audio, of what you've recorded, right? And then on day 5, we are now going to launch into the deep, okay? We'll go into the wild. We're going to go on a ultimate search, right? I'll explain to you what that means as we get closer to the day. So we're going to go project hunting, looking for project to really work on. And I'll tell you how you can go about that. So it's a two-way thing. Number one, it gives you an opportunity to practice actually going out to reach out to people to work with them. And then I'm sure you get something. You'll get something and then we'll work on it. You work on it, we'll all work on whatever it is we hunt for and we get. And then that's our project. And we're going to execute it. So that means you're going to now practice everything from day 2 to day 4. So you're going to do the narration, you're going to do the recording, and you're going to do the editing of that particular project that you've wanted for. So that's the mini project. So we're going to be reviewing it together on day 6, looking at, okay, you've done this. Can you repeat this part? Can you do this part? Can you do this? And then so that by the end, on day 7, you already have a project that you've done or you've worked on from start to finish. And that you can even use as your sample or your demo as, oh, now I've learned this skill. This is what I did. And this is what I can do going forward, right? So it's like a mini version of what you're going to be doing consistently. But this time around, you're actually doing from A to Z during the bootcamp because I want to ensure that you understand exactly what to do. And then so as time goes on, even if there are challenges, you can always come back and ask, oh, I'm stuck here and all of that. But the process itself, you're going to understand how to get it done. All right. And then on the graduation day, on day 7, which is the final day of the boot camp, we're going to have a showcase. So that day, you're going to invite your friends. It's not going to be us alone. You're going to invite your friends to come and sit down and listen to the work that you have done, right? Let them come and praise you. Let them come and say, I'm proud of you, okay? So it's going to be a graduation party. So you invite people and we're going to have a showcase. So everybody's projects will be displayed, okay? Are you still with me? Can you hear me? I'm not seeing the chat. Okay, fantastic. All right, cool. I'm not seeing the chat. Let me see if I can bring it out. Okay, nobody's even chatting. Please let me know you're hearing me. Let me not be.
I can hear you.
Let me not be doing radio.
I can hear you.
Radio without battery. Okay, thank you. All right, so then there is a bonus. I know you already have a bonus at the beginning, which is the freelance course by Adiri Adewa. I hope you're enjoying that already.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying it already. I hope you're finding it valuable. Even me, I'm going through it. But, this is on point, right? So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're finding it valuable. So please let's start to action it as we go with this, hand in hand with that, start to think of, okay, I'm going to explain better though, like what the different aspects of this that you can plug into. So the whole chain of it, you can, I want to show you what it is from A to Z, but then you can decide what portion of it you want to plug into for starters. And that will also depend on what is available to you. That's why I asked in the group, how many people are mobile phones only, how many people have a laptop? So that can also determine whether you are able to, what part of it you're able to plug into based on what you have on ground, okay? And so after the whole graduation thing, this bonus, the next bonus part is not compulsory, but I would suggest that you take it up because it's going to reinforce everything that you've learned for the first week, right? So it's going to be a challenge, a visibility challenge, where you're going to now, depending on the parts that you want to hold on to, or basically you can even do the whole thing again, just to reinforce what you've learned and put yourself and get confidence, get confidence in yourself and in this new skill that you have acquired. But I've even made it two ways so that, because I know some people like you might be slow to like, I don't want to yet. But the truth is the more you do, the better you get comfortable at doing it. And that's what I want to do. I just want to use that challenge, the visibility challenge, to press on what you've learned so that it sticks better. So there's an option for you to go all out if you're like, you know what, I got this. I want to do it. I want people to start knowing that this is something that I'm doing now. Even if I'm still learning on it, I want to make it known, right? So you can go all out on social media, or if you want to choose the easy way out, you can do the challenge on the group. It's a closed group anyway. So, and most of us in the group, we are in this line. We are interested in narration or podcasting or voiceover artistry. So you can do your challenge in there and get feedback from the small group. That's the Facebook group, Narrators on Purpose. If you're not yet there, you need to join the group before the end of the boot camp so that you can then use that 7 days to practice, to partake in the visibility challenge. Yeah, so that's the rundown that I have for you for this 7 days. How are you excited? How excited are you? Does it make sense? Does it make any sense? Does it?
So much sense it makes.
It's only Sister Zazie that is here. Where's every other person? Why can't I hear your voice? I can't hear the voices of every other person. What's going on? What's going on? Can you all still hear me though? Yes. Zazie, I did not say you should lower your voice now.
You notice that? So that it will not be louder than any other person's voice coming up.
It's fine. All right, moving on. Thank you. Say makes sense. Thank you so much. Okay, so moving on. Now it is time for you to really come and talk. So all this hide and seek people are doing, it is time. We are in a talking business.
Yeah.
We are in a talking business. So you can't be shy to be talking. I understand. You might be a bit shy to show your face, but you can't be shy to speak out. This is what we're here to do. Okay, so it is time. I want us to introduce ourselves, and this is the format that we're going to use. So I would appreciate it if you could turn on your video to introduce yourself, but if not, probably you're on the road and that's not going to work for you. That's also fine. But do you want me to call the names, or do you just gingerly volunteer and do your introduction? So tell us your name, your location, what you do. Why did you sign up for this boot camp? Because I would also like to see that feedback to gauge it, right? So that if I need to adjust my preparations, I can do that. But what also are your expectations? What would you leave here with that would make you feel this has been worth your while? Okay, so who's going to bell the cat? Zazie, don't bell the cat. In fact, okay, if you don't have time, I'm going to look at the participants list and I'm going to call the name from there. I'm going to call the name according to how Zoom has arranged it.
Why?
Eh? You say why?
I heard that too.
because nobody wants to volunteer now, so don't worry. Zoom will help us. So that way, it's not like I'm picking you randomly. It's the name that I'm seeing here that I'm picking. So we'll start with Dorothy.
Oh my God. Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is
Good
Dorothy
evening.
Abili. Currently, I'm in Abuja. What do? I work for a company as head of business operations into renewable energy. And why am I in this space? I don't know. I was told I have a good voice. And what am I doing with the voice? I know I can't sing. So I've been searching what else can you do with the voice other than just talking. So when I came across this during John Obidi's night school, I was like, this is an opportunity. And somehow I waved it. And then about an hour later, I think thought came again. So I'm like, let me just try. So usually my expectation here is at the end of this 1 week, I would like to be bold, visible with my voice in terms of, okay, maximize my voice and everything that I can do with it. And as well as improve on my diction and all the others. I don't know if that's going to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. I love it. Thank you. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And thank you so much for just being here. And I hope that your expectations will be met. Thank you so much. All right. Somebody just came in and their name is the next. So it's not me, it's Zoom. Sorry. Michelle, you're next. It moved. Okay. It moved to TCC. All right, Zazie, please take it away.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Azizat Shofunde Bar. I'm fondly and commonly called Zazie, and that's also my brand name. I am a broadcast journalist and also a voiceover practitioner. I've actually been in voiceover industry, but audiobook has not really been my major. So jumping on this bootcamp for me means an opportunity to connect with like minds, an opportunity to learn more about audiobook recording business. And I believe that at the end of it, I will become an energetic voiceover in the audiobook industry. That's all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Zazie. Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for being here. God bless you. I really do hope that, at the end of this 1 week, you are able to move from where you are now, at least a step or some steps closer to where you hope to be with becoming energetic. I mean, you already have the energy anyway, so I'll just push you small, like, poof. Don't worry. We'll get there. Thank you so much for sharing. Michelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you, but I was not here. My network.
It's fine. Can you see the screen? Can you see the slides?
I didn't hear. Yes, but
you can see the slide,
it's
right?
not the slides. They are very tiny.
Can you turn your phone to landscape?
Okay. Landscape. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm waiting for my phone to
go landscape. Is it turned on? Is your auto rotate turned on? Okay.
Yes. So okay, tell us your name, your location. Okay, my name is Michelle Nayandugo, and I'm currently in London.
Okay.
What I do I'm a voiceover artist and a spoken word artist. Just I have a flair for speaking, and I'm currently a master's student studying media and creative cultures at the University of Greenwich, London. And I think I've come across your name somewhere before, Mixi Fun Books. When there was a time put out the audiobook training then, but I was not able to sign up. And it's not like I know you, but I see your name. I think I've seen the name Aziza too before, and then some other people in that circle. I think I can narrate to an extent, but I only signed up because I know that it's coming from a professional. When I saw the date, it was a bit discouraging. Like, okay, just like 7 days, would I be able to garner all the experience I would need? But somehow I still paid. Yeah, so my expectations, like people being a creative or being in the voice industry, whatever, people often look down on you or think, I've seen people, they just talk, like talking is not really voice acting and all that. So I would love to, like, I'm just aiming for the zenith to become better at what I do. And I think I'm working on a project, and it's actually my dissertation is a podcast dissertation, basically, because my lecturers actually love my podcast one time for my schoolwork. So since I'll be narrating, I think it's on another opportunity to just add more feathers to my cap. I don't know how to put it, but
Awesome.
that's it. I just love everything about speaking and audiobooks. I've always loved it. I listen to some, but basically they are mostly foreign ones, which I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy at all. But sometimes I hear on Mixi Fun Books, and sometimes, yeah. And I also joined the narrators on purpose one time, but I was not really carried along, or the group was there, or I was not active on Facebook. But either ways, I'm here, and I hope to maximize the opportunity.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that you are already in the space, so we can even learn some things from you too. So don't worry, we're going to be sharing, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you for joining, and I hope that, I know the time is short, but so like I said, it's a foundation, and this is a journey. It's not a one-off, right? It's a journey that we are starting. So this is just to kickstart that journey for you. And I love that you even mentioned that you already realized that talking is not the same as narrating. It's not. Even professional voiceovers, like you said, you are already a professional voiceover, and you know already that when it comes to voiceover, as it were, with ads and all of that, it's not the same as narration. Basically, I even have friends, who are professional, voiceover artists, and they're like, no, Adria, I can't do what you're doing. I beg, just stay there, stay in your lane, because I don't have the patience to sit and narrate one long book, right? Because it takes perseverance, it takes patience, it takes dedication. So it's a journey that we're going on. And so I'm glad that you're already on that journey anyway. And there is nothing wrong with just knowing every aspect of, exploring all the aspects of what you can do with your voice. So we are so honored to have you here. And thank you for joining. And thank you for, just, recognizing the brand and just being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right. Onome, you are next, please. Onome, are you talking? Because your mic is on, but I can't hear you. Hello, Onome, are you there? You are talking, but we can't hear you. Like your mic is signaling that you're talking, but for some reason, can you guys hear her? Because I can't.
No. I also saw the signal. Perhaps the volume is low. Maybe you want to check that, Onome.
Onome, check your volume, maybe. Okay, but while we're sorting that out, Just say a word once you know whether we can hear you. While we're sorting that out, Rashidat, please go on.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Rashidat Adeke. I am an entrepreneur. I sell jewelry and a business coach. So I like to think of myself as an adventurous person. I like to try new things. And when I saw Ejiro on in John Obide's night school, when she came to present and talk about the course, I just developed interest. I've always used voice notes to convince my customers to buy from me. So I thought, why not? Maybe I can make money from this. And then while searching more about this thing, I realized that you need to perfect your breathing. You need to learn how to breathe, which is one thing I have always struggled with. I really want to learn how to breathe deeply, how to calm myself. So I think that was one more reason, one more push for me to just pay for the class. I don't know what I'll use it for eventually, but I know that I will definitely benefit from the course. I know I may still make money from it. Maybe do an audio book, podcast, anything. But for now, I want to learn. I want to learn and I want to tap from her energy. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rashida, for being here. I really appreciate it. And thank you. And yeah, you were one of those people like, oh, breathing and all of that. So thank you so very much. Yes, I hope that, we're able to, learn. You're able to learn everything you need to learn. Like I can already, something already came to me for you, but as we go on, I'll share. Yeah, I'll share with you as we go on. Yes, okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Onome, I think it's still not, we still can't hear you. So can you type? Maybe we can do that because I don't know why. Maybe it's just a network thing. Okay, please try. So I'm having some people having network issues and yeah, okay. I don't know, network has bounced some people, but thank God we're recording it so they can get the replay later. Onome, can you type? If you can type, okay, great. Onome says, hi everyone, good evening. I'm Onome and I'm a freelance content writer. I joined the bootcamp because I wanted to refine my voice and monetize it into a venture. Thank you for this opportunity, EJ. Thank you too for being here. Yes. So you've been on this journey and you just need to really step out and take charge. You already, in fact, I wanted to reach out to you, but I think I forgot. So you're going to also share with us later on when we talk about the platforms that we can use to begin to engage people in this thing that we're doing. And I know you're already on Upwork and you already have an idea of how that platform works. So I'm going to be calling on you to share with us your experience so far and any tips you might have for the group, okay? I don't know why your network is not okay, but yeah, but if you can't do voice, what we can also do is we can also leverage on the WhatsApp group to do some of these sharings if Zoom is giving us challenges. So you can share on Zoom. You can share later on in the WhatsApp group. I think Rashida is trying to join with another device, right? Okay.
Yes, please. Yes,
All right.
please.
Okay. All right, no problem. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing. It's nice to meet you. I am super honored. I am just a vessel over here, and I don't claim in any way to know everything, but I know that I do know some things, and it is from my experience, from the things that I know, from the things that I've done for over the last 5 years, going on 6 in this space, is what I want to share with you. And I know that, the more I speak to people about this thing that I do and the dream, the vision in my head, the more people are like, oh, wow, I've never heard it. Oh, wow. Okay, that's new. Oh, wow. Oh, this is not common and all of that. But the thing is, I know that it's not a journey that I can go alone. And so for me, one of my motivation for doing this is to say, you know what, I know that we need more people in this space. And yes, the more people we have in this space, the better people are able to understand that this is really a thing. And then we can spread the word. And probably, hopefully, I would also have people in my corner that can help, support, spread the word, to fulfilling this bigger vision, if it is something that aligns with what they want to be a part of. All right. So thank you so much. So moving on, this is my turn to do my own introduction. What happened to my photo? Yay. Yeah, my photo did not show. No problem. I will not be angry. Wait. Found that. Okay. Yeah. So my own introduction is this: I sing, I train, I'm a sound engineer by training. I do voiceovers, IVR, event announcement. I podcast and I host shows, both like my own shows on YouTube, for example, or hosting events, live events as well. I'm the lead creator at Mixi Audiobooks. We specialize in the production and sales of audiobooks for and by African authors, with a major focus on the production part right now. I think when we started with the big, the bigger vision. I wanted to run everything together. But personally, I didn't have business acumen whatsoever. I jumped into this basically fully with passion. I just knew, I think it was in 2014 or 2014, I was in a training, I was at a training, and one of the materials that was used was the Bible experience. And that project was so huge. It had everybody that was somebody in Hollywood, sorry. And they were translating the Bible into audio. And it was really an experience. It was really like, I watched it, it was just a short clip, and I'm like, God, no, this is what I want to do. I want to recreate this experience for African books. I want to help African authors tell their stories in audio. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want to help African authors, bring their book alive. And I jumped into it full-headed, no thoughts, no business acumen whatsoever, but I just ran on passion. And deep into it, I realized, oh my God, girl, you don't know nothing. Like when it comes to the business aspect, you don't know much. So you need to work your way. So I've just been on that journey of learning the ropes as I go. Okay. But one thing I was sure of is this part of it that I know that, okay, I've learned so much in this time. And while I'm still even trying to figure out the market part or the business part of it, right? Because it felt like, number one, I was too early to the market in Nigeria and in Africa at the time. But at the end of the day, when I look at it now in retrospect, I felt like God was preparing me beforehand, but still I didn't get the memo. And so I missed it because I should have been ready, because when I started, the goal was in 5 years, I should be the top aggregator of African audiobooks in African audiobooks. In 5 years, right? And 5 years from 2015 when we started would have been 2020. And imagine if I had really gotten it right at that point. 2020 was just the perfect time for me to just explode. But then 2020 came, and then I realized that I have failed, in that regard. Like, wow, God, you actually gave me this so that I could prepare for something that was coming up in the future, but I didn't see it. I didn't capture it, right? So again, now I feel like I need to transfer or teach the practical part of it that I've learned, right? And say, you know what? Yes, it looks like, oh, if I teach you things I know, the things that it's like I'm teaching you what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to do, right? But not in a mega way. Because now the industry has changed again. It's now more of a, it's the knowledge era, and it's more of this, what's it called now? One-on-one kind of economy, right? So it's gig economy, that's the word I'm looking for. So it's not a gig economy. So I don't want to miss this opportunity again to then teach people and let more people know about it. Yes, the sky is wide enough for everybody to fly. And if the vision is to help African authors leave a digital footprint in the audiobook space, it's not a project, it's not a goal that I can achieve alone. The more of us doing this, the more that vision will come alive, even if it doesn't have my name on it. It's just that I know that I have that vision. I really want that vision to come alive. And the more people who know how to do this thing and actually go out there to do it, the more we're able to help African books, African authors to leave a digital footprint in the audiobook space. And that's my drive. And that's why I'm doing this, right? So I've produced over 100 books in the last 5 years. Very far from what I thought, because the target when I started was to have 5,000 books in 5 years. Well, look at it, it's not even close. It's like zilch, nothing, right? But still, we grow, we move. It's been an experience, and I'm better for those experiences. I've grown through those experiences, and I'm happy that I'm here today and I'm able to come teach some of the things that I've learned to also help empower other people. So who knows, maybe part of it is mine is just to capture the vision, teach it out, and let other people run with it. I don't know, but I just want to play my part, right? And just like for some of us who have seen the news today, somebody just passed, like Sound Sultan. And Sound Sultan is somebody who is one musician who is so very intentional, very, very deep, very, very, I don't know. I don't think there was anything like scandal all through his career. He was very intentional. He's playing, he's just a very, very cool person, right? And I'm sure he didn't know. If somebody had told him he would leave the world at 44, he wouldn't believe, right? He would have said, no, God forbid, and all of that. But who knows? God has said it's time, and it is time. But still, in the short time that he was here, 44 years, he has been able to leave a mark, he has been able to bless life. Everybody who talks about him talks about how he encourages, he supports, he smiles, he makes people happy, And for me, I don't know, maybe this is one of the things that this is it. This is what's on my head right now. That's why I just want to pass it on and just leave my own little dot of mark in the sands of time. All right. So yeah, I've also produced for people like Adiri Adewo, and I'm hoping to produce for bestsellers who are here now, who are going to also write their books. Yes, I might not be the one to produce it directly, but at least I know that you're going to do it yourself, and we can all say, yes, we are all now bestsellers, and we've done works like this together. All right, I'm the convener of the Becoming Summit. It's an initiative created to awaken the young generation, ages 18 to 35, to desire to be a better version of themselves, which is to be fit for purpose. And we've already done 2 editions of the summit, and the 3rd one is coming up in September, and it's going to be huge because it's a collaboration between Becoming Summit and the Crafters Conference, which is headed by my darling sister Zazie. All right. So one of my biggest goals is to help African authors leave a digital footprint in the audiobook space, and that is one of the driving forces for me putting this boot camp together. So that is me in a nutshell. I hope that I've not bored you with my introduction and my story, or my short story. So thank you so much for listening. Please engage with me in the comment section now, so that I know that you're listening to me.
We are listening to you, darling, says our coach. We are listening to you.
Please just let me know you are here, so that I don't feel like you're bored, please. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you too. Okay, so moving on now. 3 posture that I want you to assume. I've met all of you, like I said. In fact, just going through the things that you have listed that you do, I'm like, wow, I'm humbled. I am humbled. Like, I know that if we go into the office space, I'm not able, I should do as my own. Like, I should be like, what's that now? You know, I'm not like, you know, it's an honor to be here, to be taking you through this and to be coaching you, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you. But still, I'm sure you came here because you believed that there is something that I'm able to deliver. And so I want us to take this posture as we go into these 7 days. It's just 7 days, but I want it to be 7 days that are memorable, that you can remember, but most especially that you can learn something that you're going to practice already. So number one is habit. Let us position with an habit. Form the habit that through the 7 days, you're going to show up on time and show up prepared. I know it's just 2 hours, right? It's 2 hours. We're already 30 minutes gone in this day one. Just 2 hours for 7 days. Let's come prepared, show up on time, come with excitement to say, and come with an open mind, okay? The training, the other posture I want us to take is the training. If it has not, my battery is almost dead, sorry, 1 minute. So for, you know, like I'm sure that some of us here already have what's it called now, experience in the voice space. You already use your voice anyways, and you already know that, okay, there's something here for me when it comes to using my voice, right? But you're not using it yet, and that's why you're here. So if it has not produced results for you, you don't know it. You've not done it. You've not used it. You've not practiced it. So that's why you're here. So quit the I've had it before mindset, and please embrace an open mind. Be ready to unlearn, learn, and relearn. And I should have put it there, also be ready to share, because no man is an island. I am not an island. I don't know everything, but the little I know is what I want to share. And I will be so super happy to also learn from you as we go on this journey together. And the final and very important one, which will make the whole difference, is action. What's the point of all of this if you don't plan to practice what you learn? I know it's good to learn, and I have been an avid learner and almost an addicted learner. And I know it's a good addiction, but there is a caveat to it that as I learn, I should practice. For a while, I was just learning. And it now became like I was stale because I knew so much, but I was doing so little. And so I was feeling constipated, like, what is going on? And that's the difference between people who succeed and people who don't. Sometimes we all know the same thing. Well, what are we doing with what we know? That's what makes it different. It's what we do with what we know that truly makes a difference. And for a while, I was just learning. I was not doing. And so it now made it look like, with all these things that you know, where's the results? There's nothing to show for it. It's not because I've not learned. It's not because I'm not learning, but simply because I'm not doing. And so I want us to take that posture of acting, no matter how difficult or easy or uncomfortable or very comfortable it is, just act on what you learn, because it's in doing it that you even know where your challenges are, and then you're able to adjust and do better, or know that, oh, this part of it will not work for me. Like I said, there are like 3 major parts that you can plug into this, right? You can either do all 3, or you can plug into one first. Start with one and then grow from there, or expand from there as situation arises, or as your time permits, or as your resources permit you. All right. So these are the 3 postures I would like for us to assume. And then I want us to make a commitment right now. So I'm going to ask all of us to unmute our mics and take this pledge of commitment. And please mean it. Don't just say it because I say you should say it. Please mean it. Are we good? Are we good with that? Is this okay with us?
Yes.
All right. So you're going to raise your hand and say your name in the dash place, and then read out loud this commitment. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's do this. 1, 2, go. I,
I,
Adekeye,
Dorothy, I
Commit
believe.
to keeping an open mind, having a
Commit
positive
Keeping an
attitude,
open mind.
and giving it all it takes.
and
Do you
giving
want me
it
to
Giving
say it?
all it takes.
Do you want me to say it before you say it, or do you want to just read it together?
Let's do it together.
Okay, let's go again from the top. 1, 2, go. Let's go. I,
I,
Ejiro
Rashidat
Osakode,
Adike,
commit to keeping an open mind,
commit to
having a
keeping
In an
positive
open mind,
open mind.
attitude, and giving it all it takes to
And
leave
giving
this
it
Giving it
all
bootcamp
it
all
takes.
it
a
takes.
more knowledgeable and better version of myself. I will do this. I can't hear you guys. By being present in every moment,
Being present
practicing
in every
what I
moment,
learn, and
practicing
never
what I
giving
learned,
up when the going gets tough.
and never giving up
Never
when the
when
going
the
gets
going
tough.
gets
When the
tough.
going
Help
gets
me, God.
So help me God.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah. We just did the commitment, people.
Thank you. Yes. Now let's go into it. Yes, we are committed now. So let's go into it. All right. So I want us to take our notes. If you have your notepad.
I am so sorry. Permit me. There's an observation here at my end. I want to confirm if it is just from my end.
Okay.
I don't know. There is this pop-up chat on the screen.
You can see it.
Yes, I've been trying to tap it off. Oh,
okay. It's out now, right?
not yet.
Nope. Presenter window. It's still there.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Perhaps you just have to tap on the got it and then it clears off.
Oh, it's been there all along.
Yes. Actually, Lord, it's good to speak up. I actually thought it was just my window.
Oh, sorry about, it's out now, yeah?
Yes.
But can you still see the screen?
No.
Okay, hold on, let me share again.
Screen, yeah, go.
How about now?
Black screen.
Started screen sharing. Double.
We're viewing Ejiro's blank screen.
You're viewing my blank screen.
Yeah.
What's going on? Let me stop to share again. Let me share again. How's it now?
You've started sharing, but we can't see it.
Well, you can't see it yet.
No.
Okay, let me just stop totally. Let's do it again. How is it now?
Yeah, we can see it now.
You can see it now.
Yes.
And the other one is not showing.
No.
Oh, sorry. So sorry. All right. Okay. So let's take our notebooks now and then let's do this exercise. And you're going to share with us. So quickly, let's do this quickly. Let me see what's the time now. Okay. Let's do this. So number 7 is, and this is like generally with the course and what you want to achieve with the course, with the bootcamp, right? So basically it's called the audiobook bootcamp. That's the major expression that we want to focus on. But of course there are others. There's the podcasting, there's IVR, there's, there are just affirmations. There are different things that we can do with our voices. But the process of it is the same. It's just the different uses of it differs from one thing to the other. All right. So, okay. All right. So number 1, why do you want to create an audiobook? And if you even think like, oh, for you, you know what? Audiobook might not be it directly right now. Maybe you have something else in mind. If you have something else in mind, that's fantastic. But if not, let's just work with audiobooks for now. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So why do you want to learn how to create audio? So even if you're not sure if audiobook is one thing for you, audio generally, why do you want to create a podcast if it's a podcast for you? Why do you want to use your voice on anything? Can you quickly write that down somewhere in your notes, in your book? Let's write that down. Your why. What's your why? Why? Then number 2, what is your goal for doing this? I know sometimes you just ask like, okay, what's the difference between the why and the goal? The why is the reason you want to go on that journey. The goal is what you want to achieve at the end of the day. So what's your why? Number 1. What's your goal? Number 2. Are we together?
Yes.
All right. Then number 3, what does success mean to you on this journey, on this particular journey? Of course, you know what success means to you in your place of work, in whatever expressions you're already having. But for you, on this journey that we're on together, what does success look like for you? Even if it means at the end of this boot camp, what would I say? What would I see in me that would make me feel, oh, that was a successful boot camp? Even if it's that. Or if you want to take it further, maybe you already have an idea like, okay, what would success look like for me if I'm able to use my voice for this particular thing, whether on an audiobook or for podcasting or for whatever it is I want to do? What would success mean to me on this journey? And number 4 is, what is my financial goal for this skill I've learned? For somebody might just be, you know what, as long as I just came here to try whether this my voice gone, just see if we can make money from it. If I can at least do something with it that gives me the money that I spent for this boot camp back, I am okay. Like, I just want to try it out and see. Or say, no, I know I have this voice and I really want to push myself to say, you know what, I want to use it. If people are making money with their voices, why not? Why not me? If not, why not? And so let's say in the next 6 months, the rest of 2021, I want to be able to, after learning this skill, I want to apply this skill and I want to make at least 100,000 naira. I want to make at least 500,000 naira. I want to make at least 1,000,000 naira. Just put a figure that you can work with, a figure that you believe in, a figure that you are comfortable with. I know there's an objection. They're like, oh, I'm not even sure how much they charge for this thing, but just put a figure. What do you think? Like, imagine what you think they charge for it, and then put a figure somewhere. Because what they charge really, yes, there could be, there's a benchmark. How much do they normally charge? But even at that, it's not about how much they charge, it's about how much you want to make. Because even if they're charging 1,000 naira for one thing, if you want to put yourself to say, you know what, I want to make 500,000 naira. So you know that I have to work with 500 people between now and the end of the year. Okay, so put a number to what's your financial goal for this skill. Number 5, when do you intend to meet that goal? I think that I just mentioned it. Now you can say the next 6 months, you can say the next 3 months, you can say the next 1 week, but just be realistic. Be realistic. We all know what SMART goals are. Let's be realistic with our goals there. And then number 6, who is going to need this skill I'm acquiring? Who is going to need this skill I'm acquiring? For people who are already in business, your clients might, because when you start thinking of how can I plug this in to solve a problem for my clients or my customers already, then you might be able to come up with a solution within the business that you're already running. So your clients, your customers, for people who want to really focus on audiobooks, visually impaired people around you, auditory learners around you, busy executives, they are busy, but they really need to study for the exam. But they're working as well, so it's a bit hard, you know. So who is going to need this skill that you're acquiring? And then number 7 is, where would you find them? So depending on the people you want to focus on, where would you find them? And then number 8, finally, is how far do you see yourself going in applying this skill? Is it just a side hustle, or do you want to, like, it's probably going to be for some, but like, is this something you want to do long term, or it's just something that you want to do by the side, or short term, like, oh, it's just for a little while? So how far do you see it? Like, for me, for example, I really want to go big. I want to be able to train a lot of people so that I can reach Africa as a whole. That's my own personally. I want to reach Africa. That's how I say it. I want to reach Africa. So I want to be able to plug in to get, investors or people who will buy into the idea and help us expand it, get support, tech support that can help us position well. That's how far I see it. How far do you see applying these skills? Because the length, or the what's the word I'm looking for now? The farther you want to see it, the more you know, okay, this is long term. So I'm going to really put in, I'm not going to chicken out. I'm not going to be frustrated if I'm not getting the result I want now. Rather, I'll be asking myself, why am I not getting the result? What can I do differently to get it? But if it's a short term thing, like, I beg, this is not working. It's not for me. Let's just drop it here right now. Okay. So that's why these questions are very important to ask, because it helps you position well and take the right posture. Are we all good? Can we all share quickly? Are we done?
Almost.
I'm done.
Okay. Do you want to share?
So number 1, my why.
Yeah.
To enable me spread my message, to create impact and make money from it.
Awesome.
Two,
And the goal?
To earn from this gift that I have. That's to make money.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, using my voice for a good cause. Number 4, for starters, $100,000.
Okay.
Dollars.
I'll share. Thank you, Mama. I love it. By
number 5. In the next 12 months.
Awesome. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Doable. 100 divided by 12. So you know how much you're doing per month. Okay, good.
Number 6, writers, small businesses who need someone to do a voiceover for their ads or content, visually impaired, people who have exams. I remember a time I had a professional exam, and honestly, I had more time on the road. So I needed some audio. Yeah. So someone like me. 7, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Number 8, I see myself opening an agency and becoming a household name.
Woo! Woo! So good.
This your energy. I want to dash in from it.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, whoo, aren't you inspired by that? Oh my God. Please, who else wants to share? We'll take 2 more. I will go. Who
I
else
want
wants
to
to share?
share.
Come and
Me,
speak
me,
into the
me.
universe now. Go
Me,
ahead.
me.
Go ahead.
Okay. It's like serious assignments, but let me try. One, my why is I want to be a voice of positive impact. I want to be heard. I want to be a strong voice. Success to me will mean impacting lives, will mean igniting smiles, and of course, inspiring people with expression of what they are made of or their inherent skills. Financial goal, as much as possible. But to start with, I say within 6 months, that's already taking 5 and 4 together. Within 6 months, get 700K in Naira per project. And by project, I mean per book that would be done into audio. And yes, where my clients are, media houses, advert agency, publishing house, communities of entrepreneurs, visually impaired. In fact, Rashida has just reminded me of when I was in the university and I had a couple of visually impaired classmates, a group of friends that I belong in. We usually take time to record our lesson notes so that they would always listen, play back. When we are reading, they are listening and not knowing that fast forward, that is what I would actually do or adopt for a living and then growing on it. I'm also looking at targeting busy parents. Yeah, we see that we're in the era of coaching. We are in the era of internet, digital age that is. We might not, a lot of school of thought might not agree with multitasking, but I see audiobook, I see listening as one of the things what we have been forced to combine with a whole of other things. It is now easier for us to be in the car, listen to a book, enjoy a very interesting book while we are doing some other things aside to just music that we are very used to in the past. So busy parents too, for instance, will need such that would help them in that phase of their lives. And yes, globally recognized African unique impactful voice. I've always dreamed of having a model. You know, you would agree with me that when you want to think of role model in certain spheres of life, we'll always have Oyinbo, we'll always have a foreigner before we'll now start thinking, okay, there should be. It's a good thing that the Africans are now showing up gradually. So I want to be on that list of, African unique impactful voice.
Absolutely.
For positive thing.
Fantastic. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. From your mouth to the ears of God. Fantastic. Love it. Okay. Any one person want to share? One more person and we move? Well, are we still thinking about it? Anybody? Going? Share now so that the universe can just start to support you. All right, okay. I guess nobody else wants to share. I'm not seeing the chat right now, so let me see if I can see the chat. Okay, nobody else wants to share. All right, let's move on. Okay, so now let's go on to, I said today we're talking foundation, introduction, and just preparation. So to prepare for this is, we know that I already asked on the group, like how many people has a laptop? A laptop is important in this field. Why? Because as much as our phones are, supposed to do a lot of things for us, there's just some things that are easier done and more effective on the laptop than on the phone. See, for example, I think, Michelle, where you started like, oh, I can't see the screen clearly. That's because you're on your phone. For people who are on the laptop, they can see the slides very clearly. Do you understand? So those are some of the things that, unless you're using a tab, right? So those are some of the restrictions that your phone can give to you. But that is not to say you can't work with your phone. Okay, Onome, I see you say you're writing. Okay, I'm waiting for you to share. I can read your write-up when you're done sharing, right? So it's just better. It's make your work faster, and especially if your intention is to work with this, right? To trade with this. So you can't trade with your phone. You can start with it, but it should be an intention that, you know what, there's a goal here. So the first 2-3 projects that I'm going to work on, I need to get a laptop. But a laptop is a must. It's a must-have on this journey. It's a must-have, right? So, but then you can start with your phone. And that's why I also mentioned earlier that it's now, because of that, there will not be a restrictions on what you can do right now and what you would have to join on later. Okay. Okay, Feintola, I know what I'll do for you. I'm going to go back to the go back a slide, and you just take a screenshot of that slide and then keep it, and then you can answer the questions later on. Or just wait. You know what? Just wait. Go with the flow right now. And then when you watch the replay, I need you to answer those questions, and then you share. You share with us in the next class or on the WhatsApp group, because it's important that you answer those questions. All right. Sorry about the network issue with your phone and laptop. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So basically you need a laptop, right? So you need a laptop. And also because you're going to be dealing with audio files would take space, right? I mean, I do a lot of recordings on my phone, and my phone actually has space. Well, it's almost getting full now, and I'm going to need to, but I've been using it for like 2 years, and I've not really, and my space has not filled up, but it's a large capacity. I think it's 256 gig or 128 gig, right? That's my phone. And so I do a lot. I have a lot of files on here, but I'm going to need to start deleting. Well, so you can use your phone for a period or for some part of it, but not everything. So you need a laptop so that you have space to keep things. And then you're also going to need, apart from a laptop, you're also going to need a hard disk so that you can, as you are finishing a project, you move it from your laptop to your hard disk and keep, so that you can free space on your laptop to work, okay? You're also going to need your phone as an alternative for starters, right? As an alternative for starters. And then you're going to need a microphone. You can start with the most basic one for now. Then you upgrade as you go. Then you're going to need editing software. And of course, your voice, which is the main instrument here, and scripts to work with. Scripts here as we're here now for practice and all of those things. But later on, scripts will become manuscripts if you're doing a book. Scripts will become scripts if you're doing a VO, like a voiceover for an ad, right? So basically, you're going to need a story or a write-up to work with, okay? So those are things you're going to need. Now for your phone, there are 2 applications that would really help you on this journey, especially for those of you who only have phones for now, who don't have a laptop to use. But for you who have laptops, there are also software. So for you who have laptops, you are double. So you can use both, depending on the situation, depending on the circumstance of things at hand, okay? So now, those are the things you're going to need as far, let me go back to that slide. So, because I'm also going to need you to get these things today, because as we go on tomorrow into narration, we're going to need some of these things. So for example, for those of you who are using laptop, you're going to need to download Audacity. Michelle, please unmute and ask.
Yeah, okay. Please, what if you've not used Audacity before or any laptop software for audio editing?
Fine. That's fine. That's why you're here. We're here to, that's why we're here. You get, that's why we're here. You're going to learn how to use Audacity. Yes. And Audacity, because Audacity is free. It's a free software, and it works on all OS, whether you're using Windows, you're using Apple, or you're using Linux. So it works. And it's actually easy to use. But I'm going to share a tutorial with you that you can go through, sit down with. It's less than 30 minutes, and you will learn the basic thing that you need to learn. Like it's like plug and play. Download it, install it, and you're good to go. So the only thing you're learning is the functions. What are the functions? What is this one for? What does this one work for? And all of that. And that's it. And one, what's it called? One tutorial, you get the basic. And so it's just then, it's just now going to depend on you using it and using it again and become more comfortable with it, that you're able to work on it faster. You understand? So for your phone, if you're on iOS, that means you use Apple, please, you need to go and download Voice Record Pro. Voice Record Pro. That's one that I recommend, that I've used before. I've seen somebody use before, because I'm on Android right now. But it comes recommended for those who are using iOS. So go download Voice Record Pro on your phone. But if you are using Android, please download Audio Lab. Please download Audio Lab on your phone. Then for the microphone, if you have the budget, you can get a very basic condenser mic. I'll show you some, or I can recommend some for you. But if the budget is not a thing, then you can get this Boya Dynamic. I'm going to share a link with you for the Boya Dynamic. Excuse me. You can get it on Jumia if you're in Nigeria, and it's on Amazon if you are outside Nigeria. So I'm going to share. So I have a link. I have an affiliate link with Boya for a particular vendor on Jumia. I can share my link with you so that you can just go directly to that link and get the particular one I'm talking about, because Boya Dynamic has a range of mics, but the one I'm talking of is the Lavalier mic. Let me show you. I don't have the pack anymore, but I'm going to show you tomorrow when we start. I think maybe see this slide, I'll let you know as we go on. So this is the Lavalier mic, the Boya Dynamic Lavalier mic. I think it comes in different length of cable. This is a very long one, such that maybe if you have your camera or your recording, whatever, you want to be far from it, you can plug it and stay far, right? Okay, I see you. I'm going to read now. So this is the Lavalier mic. I'm going to show you the pack of it as we go on. So you will need to get this at the least. At the least, for starters, you're going to need this. Then, yeah, the editing software for the laptop is Audacity, but I now found another one. It's called Ocean Audio. Ocean Audio. I'm going to show you that as well, so you can get that for your laptop as well. And I think that one is even easier than Audacity, but Audacity has more features. So for Ocean Audio, it's just for you to record. But Audacity has features for you to edit. So that's why Audacity is a full package. For Ocean Audio is also good. It's also a good alternative for recording quickly, right? And then your voice, okay? And then a script to work with. So things to pay attention to when you want to go into narration or interpreting a script or anything. What message does the manuscript or the scripts carry? So it could be a manuscript, which means a book, or any other scripts, right? What message does it carry? So when you need to understand the message that the person is trying to pass across, so that leads to the next one. It tells you what tone is best suitable to deliver that particular message, okay? So when you pick up a work to read, you want to read, oh, what tone does this thing have? Is it a happy tone? And I kid you not, when you're recording, every emotion matters. Because imagine, if you're not doing video for audiobook, they're not seeing you, they're hearing you. So they have to hear everything in what you're saying. So if you're angry, you need to show that you are angry. I mean, you can see my face now, but you need to be able to say you're angry. Or if you're happy, you need to be able to show that you're happy or you're excited, right? So it's going to show in your voice, like, right? We can't just say, oh, and she said, I'm super excited to see you. No, it has to show in your voice, because as the people listen, you should be able to take them on a journey with your tonality as it goes and come up and come down. And that is not the same thing as, I don't know if you listen to radio a lot. I don't listen to radio too much anymore. But back in the days when we used to listen to radio a lot of people, I mean, even when I used to train at, at an academy back then, where we train on-air personality, is that people just have this mindset, like there's a particular way that on-air personalities sound. So then they want to talk, they like the message. What message does this manuscript carry? What tone is the best suitable? Is your material written for audio? Like, it's not always an ad. So if it's an ad, then maybe. But when you are narrating for especially, you are having a conversation. You are bringing the book alive. You are bringing the story alive. If it's a story, if it's nonfiction, and if it's fiction, I mean, and if it is nonfiction, you are telling the message. So you can't just be very monotonous. Like you start and end the sentence the same way. Like, oh my God, I've heard a lot. Like no. Can you just talk? Can you just converse? But then the only difference is you are adding the feeling of what the word is saying to it, so that the person who is listening to you can capture the essence of what is being said, not just reading. All right. So then again is to check, for those of you who are going to eventually be working on books, is to check the book to see if it is written for audio. A lot of, before now, maybe now that people are writing now, and they now have an inclination that they might have to convert their books into audio, they might put that into consideration when writing. But before now, people don't. So you see people who write books and they have tables, and some books actually warrant that. So they have tables, they have illustrations and all of that. How do you explain the illustration or the table for the person you're going to be narrating to, right? So that's not to say that that book is written off. No, some can still work. For example, if it's a graph or if it's a statistics. So if it's a stats, then you know you have to then read out the stats. Not just, you don't have to refer to, oh, the table below. No, because they're not going to see any table below. Not going to see any table above. They're not going to see, oh, the red dress. No. So you now need to explain whatever diagram is in the book, but you need to be aware of this so that then it also determines, it will also let you know how long it's going to take for you, or if you're even going to take up that job at all. I've made that mistake before. I just took on a whole lot of project from a particular author, and I just scanned through a first batch, and it looked okay. Like they were non-fiction, and they were more help books and industry related books, right? And subject related books. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's do it. So I have all, and then eventually I started finding out that some had so many tables, so many description. Yes, it's there because it explains the subject matter better. But that kind of book, please, we had already started recording. I'm like, sir, I'm sorry, we can't continue on this work. This book is not meant for audio. No need. Let whoever, they have to read it to be able to understand, because there were a lot of diagrams. Look at the red dress above, look at the table in the first column. If you even narrate that, the person who is listening will feel cheated, like, what's the meaning of this? I can't see any red dress, I can't see any table. So you need to find out if that book is written for audio. If it's not, then you need to probably inform the author or the owner, like, see, this is not written for audio. So are you giving me the permission, the right to go ahead and edit out anything that does not suit for audio listening, so that they are aware? So sometimes that's why you have, if you listen to a lot of audiobooks on YouTube, for example, you see a abridged version. Somebody will just summarize the whole chapter. and put it there. Like that's the meat of the chapter. So all the other stories that you don't need, the major message, so you can have a bridge, so you can maybe negotiate with the person you're working with. Say, you know what, the message of this book is what people need. So can I work on the connotation rather than just narrating it word for word, verbatim, right? So you need to put into consideration all of those things. Then you need to also know, so for example, if it's fiction, you need to know if it's one voice or several voices. How was it written? Was it written in a third person narration? Like, you know, there are some stories you read, is the person who is writing it that is telling the story. And so there's always that thing of this blah, 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 this person said, she said, so he said. So that way, one person can actually narrate that kind of book. It's just that the person will probably use different voices if you can get into character. That's something that you need to even build capacity for, to be able to change your voice for different characters in a story. So that even if that's, if you know that is something, but then you now know that you are not capable of doing that, then you won't take up books like that. You won't take up jobs like that because you're like, oh no, sorry, I can't do it. Or then you know that, okay, we can do it, but you know what, I'm going to have to work with other people. So you need to ask the author, how many characters do you have here that you want to give a voice to? So we know how many people we have to work with. So maybe you have to work with other people on that particular project to say, okay, you do this voice, you do this voice, you do that voice. Okay? So you need to be sure. Or if it's written in such a way that it's just one person telling the story, and that's easy. Or if it's just if it's a help book or a non-fiction, one voice can narrate it and you can go ahead with that. And then, are you familiar with the plot? For example, I'm currently working on a book that is Islamic in nature. So I've had to, I thank God, you know, when I asked all of these questions, when I was taking on that work, and the author already alerted me that, oh, there are some words, there are some Islamic words that I would need to learn how to pronounce. So if I have any challenges, I can always come back to her to ask her how to pronounce them. But I've had to use Google to learn those words, right? So now I know what Doha is. I know what, is it Akbar? No. I remember, I can't. But like, so it's for me now, it's a learning curve for me, you know. I know Assalamu alaikum before, but like right now, it's even easy for me to, you know, greet. Like I'm so into the story, like such a fantastic story, right? So you need to be familiar with the plot. Where is the plot? What's the scenario? What's the area, right? Is it a cultural thing? If it's a cultural thing, then you need to learn how to pronounce the names from that part of the world. Let's say you are reading a book that's plotted in the eastern part of Nigeria. You will need to go and get an Igbo person to tell you how to pronounce those names so that you don't murder the names. Okay? So these are very important things that you need to pay attention to. And your Google is your friend. Pronunciation, because as you're working, sometimes you can't go through the whole manuscript before you now start recording. At first, you might need to do that. But when you do this 1, 2, 3 times, you should be able to scan through a book and have an idea. And so as you are recording, some of the time, you are just getting to meet the book. It depends. That can happen, right? The more you do this thing, the more you get used to quickly catching the tone in a story, in a work, you are able to just go in it and then you read it. And then, yes, it might take longer because then you're going to probably read something like, oh no, that didn't sound right. That was not what this person meant. So you come back and do a retake, right? So it might take a longer time because then you have to do retakes to be able to get the right tonality for a particular portion. So it's one or the other. It's either you sit down first, read through the whole story, get the whole tone, understand where the story is going, the plot and everything, then go recording. Or you can record as you go, but then that will also mean that you have a lot of retakes, and then that's more work when you are editing. Okay, so it's give and take, whatever works for you, right? You might need to try out the different patterns and see what works for you the best. How are you able to maximize time doing that the best? All right. So far, so good. Do we have any questions? Is it clear? Am I passing on the message correct? Like, are you understanding? Are you grabbing what I'm saying? I don't see the comment section rolling. So Okay, Onome, I'll read your answers now. Any questions so far? Or should we just go on? Let me see the time. Any questions so far?
Not a question, but I think an appreciation of a point that she just raised about the tables in the book.
Yeah.
It used to be a challenge to me, and then I never thought of it as it was a thing to do, to reach out to the author and say,
Are you there? We can't hear you. Is it me? Hello, can you hear me? I think Zazie is still talking, but I can't hear her. Is it my network? Hello, can we share in the comment section if we can?
Network.
Okay. So Zazie, are you there? Okay, we can't hear her again. Okay. When she comes back, she'll complete her thoughts. So before we go to the next slide, let me just quickly read out Onome's answer to this question, but I'll go back to this. So these are the questions. And for Intola, these are the questions we're answering. So Onome's answer to this is, why do I want to learn how to create an audiobook? He says, I want to leverage my skill and make an impact in the lives of many. Number two, for the goal, what's our goal is I want to help others learn better, okay? Number three is success would mean to her is being able to affect lives positively. Our financial goal is $5,000 to $10,000 monthly. So when will you be able to achieve this goal? In a year and 6 months, okay? That's 18 months. Right, so who is going to need the skills she's acquiring right now? Writers, publishing companies, SMEs, large corporations. Number 7, where would she find them? On social media, okay? And then number 8 is, how far does she see herself applying this? She says in 2 to 3 years. I like that. I like that. So you know this is the time you have. After this time, you might just switch to something else. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. All right, no question. Dorothy says it's been insightful. Okay, thank you. It's the network. Okay. Zazie, are you back with us? Okay, I don't think she's back yet. Okay, I don't think she's back. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing her send another request though. All right, so let's move on. All right, so far, no questions. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I hope that you've understood everything. And so these are the things. So today, as we're going to be rounding off soon, is the task for today. I want you all to go get the software on your devices. So for those of you who are on phone, depending on your iOS, go and get the software. For those of you who are on the laptop, please get the editing software. I think, yeah, any questions? I think I have the link for downloading Audacity. So I'm just going to share. Can you still see the screen, or is it gone now?
Can see it.
Okay. So basically for Audacity, I don't have this link. I don't. This is the tutorial. Okay. All right. So, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll share the links. I'll share the link to download Audacity. I mean, you can just even Google Audacity and you'll get the direct link, but I can share the link with you on WhatsApp so that I can download Audacity. I'll share the name of the app again on the WhatsApp group as well, so that you can also download on your phone. But so far, please, any questions? Any questions as to, everything we've shared today? And yeah. No questions at all? No?
No question for now.
Okay, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's what we want to cover for today. So today is just, for introductions, knowing each other, answering those questions to know, how far we want to go, and just laying the foundation of the things that we need to pay attention to as we go ahead. Because tomorrow we're going to be going into narration, and there we're going to be talking about, breath control, your voice, some other things to pay attention to, and then we would actually practice narrating a couple of work tomorrow. So that's why it is important that you get the software today. So for those who are on phone, because you probably do not have the microphone now, so don't worry, don't stress about that. But what you can do, how many people has like an earpiece or earpod? Let me stop this now.
I have the lavalier microphone though.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You have the which is it Boya Dynamic or?
Yeah, Boya. And then
Awesome.
I have a table microphone that you put in the
awesome.
laptop too, but I've not been active with it though.
Okay, which one? What's the name?
I think GT something. It's in my house. I'm not at home right now.
It's a USB mic, right?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. You're set. Okay. But then, so what do you now need now? Only the software, or what software do you use normally?
Basically, I'm addicted to my phone. It's very easy for me. So I'm very eager to learn about Audacity. When I used to work or intern in a radio station, they normally use Audacity, but I really don't know anything about it. So I would love to, since I have a laptop now, be able to also work my laptop.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So are you on iOS or on Android for your phone?
My phone is Android.
Okay, so please download Audio Lab. You're going to
I know Audio Lab. I think I have it on my other phone.
Awesome.
I'll
Okay,
download
great.
that.
You're set. Okay, cool. All right, who else? Please let's talk about, even if you don't have a question, let's talk about the things that you need for tomorrow, because we're going to need it so that you don't feel left out. Yeah, Zazie, but you can share in a bit what you were talking about before the network.
Yeah, okay. Before I even go there, you were saying something about needs for tomorrow. What are those? I'm not sure I got
Yeah,
that.
so I'm saying that tomorrow we're going into narration. So we're going to need to have the software now.
Oh,
so
okay.
For those of us on laptop, let's download Audacity. For those of us on phone, let's download Audio Lab or what's that thing called now? The one for iOS. How many people are on iOS here? Okay, it's like we're all Androids. So if we're all Android people, then just download Audio Lab for your phone. Even if you have a laptop, still download for your phone. Still download Audio Lab for your phone. Still download Audio Lab for your phone, and then download Audacity for your laptop or Ocean Audio. I'm going to send those links on the WhatsApp group, right? So, and I was also talking about the microphone, that if you do not have a microphone yet, don't stress. But it would be nice if you have like a mouthpiece, an earpiece that has mic, or what do they call it? Earpods, yeah, that could serve as a microphone for now. Well, I think even the earpods sometimes they misbehave. So maybe the cord earpiece would be good that has a mic. We can use that for now. I have earpiece. Yeah, that microphone, the lavalier mic is like, I think about 9,000 plus, about 10,000 naira, I think, on Jumia. I'll share the link with you on WhatsApp as well. Yeah, I think so. That's about the price for that one, for the Boya Dynamic lapel mic. they have other alternatives, but I prefer the Labelia for you because it's closer to, if depending on, you should position it correctly, but at least it captures majorly. Once you pin it to your top, it captures majorly your voice. So it captures your voice, and we're also going to talk about, how to prep your surrounding when you want to record, to deal with interferences, noise, because you might not have a treated space right now, but you still need to do some work. So we're going to talk about, the noise, the area, how to prep your surrounding to be able to at least get a decent recording out while you are getting all your equipment together one after the other. All right. So yes, that's a piece. Can you complete? Because it's like, is it that I did so well that there's no question, or you don't scare me.
No,
But
no,
yes,
it was actually, it's in confirming that you did so well, at least to me, and I'm sure to others too. The mention of tables. Yeah, I remember the first time I got that, it was a bit of a challenge. And I actually didn't get back to the author, believing that I can use my discretion. Sometimes when you school that you go to, and then they just tell you that you can use your discretion. But apparently, I later learned that use your discretion, it is only for maybe diction, for grammar, and then you being a professional, not you uttering
the work of the author. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why you have to have that conversation with them.
Exactly. Yeah. So you reiterating it just reminded me of that experience, and of course reconfirms or reminds me that when next I have such, I do not have that entire right to either wipe off the table or. But it is also good that you mentioned that, because I've never had any contract that has colors, pictures, illustrations in books. So you mentioning it made it pop up, and I said, oh, fine. So this just means that it could actually be a no-no for it being converted to an audio book, or it just has to be distorted in one way or the other.
Yes, but with the consent of the author.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So in the absence of no question, I wouldn't like to keep you here because I know I'm looking beautiful, but I know you don't want to sit down and just looking at my face. Meanwhile, so you see, I release you early now. When we enter into practical now, don't come and say you want to run away. Don't come and say you want to run away. We're going to enter into practical now. Okay, but we'll still keep it within time so that I don't keep you too much, but it might exceed if we're really putting in the work and doing the thing. Except like, I don't know, maybe I have professionals here that are just coming, so we can just like, oh, let's do it. Pa, we're done. All right, thank you so very much. I really do hope that you've enjoyed day one. Yes. Before we go, let me just say it now on day one. Pay that. I am going to be asking a lot for feedback and what's that word now? Testimonials at the end of this bootcamp. Because I would like, like I said to you at the beginning, I would like to train a lot more people. And so I would need your testimonials from this, and I'll need your feedback for me so that I can do better for the next set. So don't be jealous that I'll be better for the next set, but be your sister's keeper and share with me your feedback, even beginning from day one. It's okay, because it will help me serve you better in the rest 6 days, right? So if you have any feedback for me, please do not hesitate to send me a DM. You already have my WhatsApp number. Dive in there anytime, any day. Yes, I know the time difference might be there, but it's okay. Just drop your message. I would respond as soon as I can. And then, I'll be asking you for testimonials, both written and visual, especially video testimonials. But then again, remember, we have a challenge to do. I want to show you off, guys. Like, I want to show you off. Wait, we are pointing out that we are doing this thing. So if you are not with us, you're against us. But another thing that I would like to mention here, Zazie, I see your hands. I'll call you up now. Another thing I want to mention here is the fact that I think I need to plug this in now before we even go to the narration tomorrow. Like I said, when I mentioned that there are different parts that you can plug into depending on, what's available to you. For example, for those of us who have just phones for now, you can focus on only narration and recording because it's easy for you to record on your phone. If you have a good phone, if you have a mic and you have a quiet space for you to record, to get clean recording out, you can just focus on, okay, I will be doing the recording. For those of you who have laptops, maybe you don't even have enough time or quiet space to do the recording, you can focus on editing. So somebody else does the recording, sends it to you, you do the editing. And then maybe, editing, I just know basic editing. Ejiro, please take, I'm done with the editing. You mix it and master it and the work is done. So I also want to encourage an ecosystem mindset here, that we're here together. Yes, we all have our goals. We all have our aspirations, but we can lean on each other for collaboration so that you don't reject a project because you can't handle it alone. You can take it on, but when you understand where your strengths are, then it's easy for you to negotiate and say, okay, no problem, we can do it. And you quickly call on somebody in the community and say, I just got this work. I need you to do the recording. I will do the editing. And then, we can arrange, we can agree on, how we're going to say, this is what I charge, or if you don't want. But I think that transparency, there's nothing wrong with it because we are all in the same industry. And in a way, we're all doing the same thing, even though we're not targeting the same exact people. But there is a cross-pollination in the audience, in the kind of audience that we're going to be targeting, right? So it will make sense that in a way, our prices are somewhat within range, right? So it's not too outrageously different, and it's not too in like, this person is charging 5,000, this person is charging 25,000. It's possible, depending, because you can leverage on your personal branding. If you've branded yourself that much, they are paying for your brand, for what you've built, right? So it's possible, but like just having an idea that, okay, we are in this community together and we can support each other, we can help each other. So I want you to have that at the back of your mind as we go along, to say, we are here to support each other as a community as well. So sometimes I can come to you if you're saying, the editing part is what I want to focus on right now, because for me, maybe weekends, I just want to sit down and just edit, right? Because maybe the place is a bit noisy for recording. But when you're editing, once you have your headphones on, you don't really need anybody, just do your work, right? So I can easily say, okay, no problem. If that's what you can do right now, I have a lot of work I'm doing, and I've collected the jobs to do from A to Z: record, edit, narrate, that's narrate and record, edit, and then mix. So those are the three things. You can record, that means you're just recording the audio for somebody, or you are narrating as well. You can narrate or you can edit. So depending on which part you want to plug into and depending on what's available to you, it means that you still remain in the cycle, you still remain in the chain, but you know that, okay, this person can help me with this, I can help this person with this, and we can work together on projects, and then we can take it. So just have that at the back of your mind, that is something that I would love, and it's why I also have that community, Narrators on Purpose, where we can easily say, I can do the job, don't worry, bring it. Well, already you can trust this person. You know that, this person knows the work, we can do it together and get the work out on time, right? Sometimes you have 2-3 people coming to you at the same time, and on a good day, you might need to say, I'm sorry, I can't take it on, or I will take it on, but you would have to wait because I'm currently working on this particular book, and when I'm done, I'll be done in 2 weeks' time. And so but if you have this ecosystem, you can actually take on jobs and say, you know what, okay, no problem, I'll record, you help me edit, and then, so it makes the job faster. I hope that was helpful. Yes, Zazie, please.
Oh, okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. One, actually wanted to ask if you were going to mention narrators on purpose in any way, but your explanation so far now, I think it's still going to lead on to it, because I know, for instance, personally, I'm still learning editing. So it will be good if we have amongst us here whoever is good in that,
Absolutely.
to identify themselves, just as you have explained. I just wanted to ask, but you already answered that.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I did mention narrators on purpose at the beginning. And when I was talking about the challenge after the 7-day boot camp, we're going to have a 7-day challenge. So I'm saying that if you can't do the challenge, if you're not confident enough or just comfortable enough to go out there on social media full time, you can do the challenge in the Facebook group, so that at least it's still within the community. But the point is that you're doing the challenge because you're going to be applying the things you've learned. You're going to be working on them and just putting yourself out there. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. It's like I want to finish the time. Wait, my next 2 hours. See, well, now you lick the soup in the plate. Wait, I paid for this food. I must finish it. It's almost 7 p.m. in Nigeria. It's almost 10 p.m. in the UAE. Thank you so much for day one. I really, really do hope that it's been worth your while. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions or if you have any feedback for me. God bless you. Have a fantastic evening. God bless you and have a great week ahead.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, Coach EJ.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.